The best way to use LinkedIn to find high-paying freelance clients is going to be cold pitching, but that is far from the only thing you can do on this platform. So I teach an entire course about how to double down on cold pitching as your main freelance client acquisition strategy. But I do want you to add in more direct, organic ways how to find clients on that platform, because LinkedIn is powerful, not just because it gives you direct access to the clients you're trying to reach, but because there's little daily activities you can do that don't involve sending a cold pitch. And that's what I want to tell you. By the end of this video, you're going to walk away with 4 strategies for using LinkedIn to find freelance clients that don't involve cold pitching. And spoiler alert, they definitely don't involve posting content and posting updates on the platform publicly. For all my introverts, I'm here for you. I wouldn't do it. I never did do it to build my freelance business, and I'm not going to ask you to do it either. So I'm Christine from paidcopywriter.com. I am a former 9-to-5 salesperson turned copywriter, and now I help other introverted writers land high-paying freelance clients on LinkedIn. So number 1, I'm going to start with the most difficult one first because I hate this strategy, but I force myself to do it periodically in my freelance business, and that is asking my existing network for referrals. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means reaching out to people that you know, whether you've worked with them, whether they're family, whether they're friends, and just simply explaining what you do and asking if they happen to know anyone who is looking for a freelance writer. Now, I am not recommending this be a multi-level marketing thing where you're trying to sell friends and family into something. Please, no, we're not going there. This is simply about putting yourself and your services out in the world in a way where there's a chance that somebody can need your services. And the reason I say that is because just the other day, I had a former sales manager from over 5 years ago reach out to me on LinkedIn and say, "Why didn't you tell me that you were doing this now? We need this in my company. Let's hop on a call." So by not sharing freelance copywriting with the people that you already know, you are potentially missing out on opportunities. And it does not have to be a high pressure sale or anything awkward. You're simply saying, this is what I do. If you know anyone who needs this, keep your eyes and your ears out for me. I have a template on how to do that at paidcopywriter.com. I've created the freelance template playbook that actually gives you word for word what you can say in that email so that it's not awkward. Number 2 is the most powerful way to get clients that doesn't involve cold pitching and that does not involve freelance platforms like Upwork or ProBlogger or job boards, okay? And that is networking within your niche. Let me explain what I mean by that. As you do assignments for your clients, you're most likely going to have to talk to other subject matter experts, other people within those companies. You might have to interview for the articles you write or for case studies you write. Whenever I am tasked with getting other people involved, even if it's just to quote them in an article, I will send them a LinkedIn connection invite and say, "Hey, I used this for an article that I'm writing, would love to connect with you." I can't even explain to you how many times this has worked in my favor, and they come back to me and be like, "Wait, what do you do? I actually need that." So for example, I do some podcasting work with a well-known B2B podcast. I create social media posts to promote the podcast. I do copy reviews. And as I was sitting there creating posts for them based on their episodes, I reached out to the person that they interviewed and said, "Hey, I was just working on your episode, just wanted to connect here." And immediately he came back and said, "Wait, we're looking for that. What do you do for them? Tell me more about that, because I actually need that." And I'm getting on a call with him this week. And I was like, yes. So I'm telling you, it's such an indirect, natural, organic way to interact with clients that doesn't involve directly cold pitching them. Number 3 is industry adjacent referrals. I just made that up. What I'm trying to say is that as a freelance writer, you are typically going to be working in a wider marketing organization. So for example, I work with graphic designers a lot because as I'm writing content, whether it be a web page, whether it be a blog post, I have to interact with a graphic designer and say, here's what I'm trying to say. Can you create a picture to make this more visually appealing? Hold on to those people that you interact with and shoot them a message and say, hey, I would love to keep you on hand in case I'm working with other clients that need a graphic designer. There are other freelancers that aren't writers that are going to appreciate this partnership. So whether it be a graphic designer, a marketing manager, a web developer, people tend to take people with them throughout their journey. And if you can put that out there and say, hey, here's my information, here's my portfolio. If you're ever talking to anybody who needs this, please send me your stuff too. I would love to promote your services. It's a two-way, organic, natural way to refer each other business, and it's really effective. For some reason, there's just such a nice synergy between graphic designers and freelance writers. We're really like two peas in a pod, so look to network with other graphic designers and make it so that you've worked with them. I've had some graphic designers reach out to me on LinkedIn. It's really hard to refer somebody with confidence if you don't know the quality of their work yet. So just keep that in mind too. Now, number 4 is using LinkedIn for what I call non-cold pitch activities. And that basically means liking, sharing, or commenting other people's posts. I believe there is a time and a place to create a content strategy for LinkedIn where you are posting thought leadership and putting yourself out there. I personally never did it and still don't do it to this day. And it might be confusing because you're like, I'm watching you on YouTube at this moment. Yes, I'm putting myself out there to market my online course. But for my freelance business, I do not post on LinkedIn. You can look me up right now. I don't post original content. But I do some slight or some more low-key interactions where I like and I comment on the people who I'm trying to get in touch with. So if I've sent someone a cold pitch, I hit that follow button on LinkedIn so I can continue to see their updates. Luckily, people in our industry do like to post and put themselves out there because they're marketers and their job is really to be active on certain platforms. So if you can comment and like and share and interact with them, it's like you're staying top of mind without having to message them and say, just following up, did you get my message? It's like your face is going to continue to pop up in their notifications. By the way, if you are looking for a creative follow-up message, again, the Freelance Template Playbook has all the creative follow-up. I think it's really in bad taste to just send messages that say, just following up, just following up. We have to actually continue to provide value and be thoughtful in our outreach, or else cold pitching is really just seen as spamming. So download the Freelance Template Playbook for your exact cold pitch strategy. I lay out exactly how to cold pitch in that template playbook, what to say next. There's 35 different templates for so many different client scenarios, raising your rates, saying no to work, pushing back. And it's not just templates, it's actually a breakdown of why you're saying those things in mini lessons. So check that out at paidcopywriter.com. Now, comment down below and tell me, are you using LinkedIn yet as a writer? Is this a tool that you're actually taking advantage of? If not, I want to know why. Because it's a free tool that everybody should be using and it's so powerful. But if there's something blocking you, comment down below so I can help you. So cold pitching is always going to be the main strategy that I teach and recommend to freelance writers. And the reason for that being is because cold pitching is something you can control. You can't control whether someone stumbles upon your website or if somebody reaches out to you. Cold pitching really puts you in the driver's seat, but I want you to mix cold pitching in with more organic interaction so it doesn't just feel like you're sending a million messages per day. There are other things you can do on this platform to take advantage of it, things that are more passive or organic that don't involve creating content and creating a full content strategy. I hope this video helps you use LinkedIn to land high-paying clients and build the freelance career of your dreams. If you like this, reach out to me on Instagram. I love hearing from you guys. See ya.